Hey there everyone, welcome back to Game Vine, and my name is David.
My name's Marissa.
And today we're reviewing another Haba game that's not in a yellow box. And again, it happened here. Now this is again when they are doing a family game, so they have this full art on the front, and this one is called what?
Karuba.
And give us the basics of Karuba, Marissa.
Alright, well Karuba is a strategic puzzle solving game in which you are trying to connect adventurers with temples. And this is done by laying tiles across a board which create pathways to said temples.
And it's basically a solitaire game, right? But it within a group. Everyone has their own puzzle, but it is made up of the exact same structure, which we'll go into detail what that means in a second. Now, the reason why my partner today is Marissa instead of Alex, because normally it's me and Alex doing the Haba games, is because this is a family game, and this was just a tad bit over her age scale. But just barely, because we played this game with her, she just didn't grasp the puzzle aspect because her roads were kind of clashing. She was thinking it was kind of Carcassonne, but this game is its own type of tile laying game. Right?
I think really the complication comes into two important variations from Karuba to the function of Carcassonne.
Yeah.
So when you're building pathways in this game, you have a dedicated end point. You are trying to get from your adventurer to the temple. And the second piece of that is that you can't turn these puzzle pieces like you can in Carcassonne.
Yeah.
So not only is it future planning as to what you need to leave open in order to get your adventurer to the temple, but also you can't manipulate the pieces. They are with the number in the top left-hand corner, no questions asked. So those were, I think, the two main things.
Gotcha, yeah, and that's what Haba does, and I think it's kind of got a, like future planning ahead. That's the kind of educational aspect that this one has. This game is on the pipeline of reviewers, and it's praised by all of them. And you can stay tuned and see if it's praised by us as well. So let's show you what comes in the box, and then we'll show you how to play. Alright, so let's start by showing you the components in the box. You've seen the box art is done nice. I love the art direction that they went with, and the production from the cardboard components all the way to the actual little bits, wooden and plastic, are done exquisitely. So as you can tell, this review is starting to shape up to be a good one, and as no surprise, I am just enamored and in love with the way that they did this game. The actual player tiles here, they're going to have paths on them like a Carcassonne-esque. They're going to have a number in the top left corner. They go from 1 to 36, I think that's what it is. And it's up to 4 players, so they have 4 different like gigantic boards that everybody's going to be playing their solitary game on. They aren't double-sided, but the art on them are really nice, and each one of the players are going to get their own set of tiles that have the exact same thing. Then these cardboard components here, these are going to be associated with these temples. They're going to be scoring, so they go from 2 to 5. They get larger to accentuate that they are worth more. Then we're going to go over to the wooden components. Now, there are more of these, 4 for each set of players. Each player is going to get a brown little adventurer and a temple, yellow, purple, and blue. I love the colors that they went with here. And my favorite part of the components are these little golden bits. I mean, I love just shiny things, whatever, take that as you will. You get the diamonds that are really tiny, but whatever, I like them too, but I just love the production of this game. So, with that being said, let's show you how to play this game. Alright, so this is the game of Karuba setup. Now, there's going to be one caller, so they're going to have their tiles in front of them, kind of like a bingo caller, and then you're going to have the rest of the players with their tiles around their actual board. And then, depending on players, you're going to have that many of the little scoring of each color in a 2-player game for all intensive purposes. That's what we're going to do today. You're just going to have 2, the 3s and the 5s, but they also have 2s and 4s of each color, and if it's 3 players, you do 3, 4 players, 4. You're not going to be really interacting with players, with the exception of trying to get to things first and having to take whatever's available. That is a part of the game, but mostly it's going to be your own solitaire experience. That is not a bad thing necessarily. So to start the game, the first player is going to take one of his colors of adventurers and put them on the board anywhere that he wants. The catch is you have to have your temples on the jungle art here, so the top and the right, and the adventurer has to be on the sandy parts, which are, the left and the bottom here. And he's going to take both of these and put them anywhere he wants. The thing is, you have to have at least 3 squares of separation when it comes to temple and adventurers. So he's going to do that. Put the purple on 20. So every other player will do the same thing. And he put his temple on 50. So that's what is going to be the setup for the purple. You'll continue to go around the circle with all the colors. The next player will take a color and do the same thing. And then you'll be set up. So let me do that now. So now that we have that set up, each player has the same exact puzzle, because that's basically what this game is. It's a puzzle that you can manipulate yourself. The outcome's going to most likely be different for each player. So we're not going to focus on that board over there. I'm going to focus up on this one here as we go on further. So the name of the game is to get as many points as you possibly can. You do so by getting your adventurers to the appropriate color temple. No other adventurers can go into their other colored temple, so the purple goes here, brown there, and you do that by moving them along the path. I'll show you that in a second. And the first person to do so will get the higher amount of that color, and if you get there a little later, you'll get lower amount, but points nonetheless. You get 2 points for getting the golden nuggets here, and 1 point for the little diamond pieces, and those are the only ways that you can get points. But the person with the most at the end of the game wins. You have to move your adventurers down these little paths that are numbered, and the left side of the tile here will be numbered, and you always have to keep it that way when you're putting it on the board. It's kind of like Carcassonne, but not really. You can't turn them. The way that the number lies in the top left is a way that they have to be placed. So during the game, that's simply what you're going to be doing. You're going to have one of 2 options on your turn. The person that has his tiles face down the caller, the bingo caller, I'm going to say, will take the top here and read off the number 6. And he'll be placing it on his board, and you're going to grab the number 6, and that's why all these numbers are lined up neatly. All the other players will have that option to do so. And you can place this anywhere on the board that you want. The second option that you can do on your turn is discard this tile here and move one of your adventurers the number of open spaces that are on the tile. This would allow me to move my adventurers 3. There are other ones like this that would only allow me to move 2 because, again, it's the openings that you're counting. But I don't want to do that because I can't move my adventurers anywhere. What I want to do is try to set myself up and not block my other adventurers from going to their temples as well, because you can place this anywhere you want. You can even place a dead end like this if you want, but that might hinder you in the future. When you do a move, again, you discard the tile out of play. The other thing that has to concern with the tiles, the little emblem. This is again how you can score. When you draw one of these, you have to, again, you can't turn it like I tried to do there. You have to take one of these pieces here and place it on the tile, and let's put it right here instead. The way that you can gather this and getting the nugget for 2 points is move your character directly on there. So say that we got this tile and we're going to discard it. We get to move 2. We'll move him out and move him down, and we'll claim this. We don't have to move the full 2 or full amount, but you can. But when you do stop on here and say if I had 3 moves and there was another tile, I can't do 1, 2, pick it up, and go 1. My movement stops if I want to gather this nugget, but it's going to be worth it. And the diamonds are the same way, so whenever you do that, you're going to be placing them right here. Now, I've blocked off my yellow adventurer. There's no way that I can get him out, but that might be a strategy that I'm trying to do. I'm just going to focus on some 1s here. And let's just say that I have all these going like this, and I have it here, and I'm trying to build up to the purple temple. It has to be continuous, and then I would start to discard like this one here and go 1, 2. If I get this one, I would go another 1, 2, and so forth and so on. And then I at least have to have one move to move out onto the temple. Once I have completed that path and that goal, I claim whatever is available, which will be the 5, the top one on the stack, which gives me points. And now this adventurer is stagnant. He's no longer in play for you. Getting a blue character, I would probably have to get him going through that path. For the brown, I could probably get it through here. I would have to go all the way down and go through that path and go all the way up. That would be way like around about way to go to claim my tokens for the blue and the brown, but this wouldn't have been my strategy. This was just an example. So that's basically what you're going to be doing in the game of Karuba. The person is going to continue to draw these until the last one is drawn, and the score is going to be the score. You're going to count up all the little pieces that you gathered. You're also going to count up all the tokens that you gathered here, and the person with the most points is the outright winner, or the best kind of treasure hunter, like Indiana Jones. So the puzzle aspect is really charming. I can't tell you how many different experiences I've had with this game since I've gotten it, where I just seen a different outcome for each player. I mean, the way that people's minds work and kind of fabricate their way about the board and trying to get their adventurers all around, and or if they're just trying to claim the nuggets and go through that strategy, or just go straight temples and get there faster. It's such an interesting idea, and I'm just, you know what, let me stop gushing right here and let's get to our opinion and give this game a grade. Let's go. So that's the gameplay of Karuba. As we always do, we're going to be giving this game a grade. I'm going to go percentages. Do you want to go percentages or 1 through 10?
Let's shake it up and do 1 through 10.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm going to go first, and I'm going to give this game a 92%. I really love this game. I love how it's just your own type of puzzle, but it's the same setup as your partner, and you get to see how their end game is going to work out in comparison to your own, which I think is just... it's unique. It's not something that I've ever had done before, but again, leave to Haba to think of this aspect of a game. I like that there's no player downtime. You're just flipping these tiles up and you're calling it out, and sometimes you can do it too fast for other people, so you have to slow yourself down. I don't think there is too much of a negative for this one. I think the only thing that I would say as a negative is you might go a little too fast and cut off one of your guys in the process, so you really do have to sit down and think and strategize, because newbie me, that's what I did. My blue guy had no way to get to his pyramid or his temple, so he was just like loose end that I just cut off, and I was going for the other colors. So I guess that would be the negative, but beyond that, it's all positive. The components are great. I love the theme, though. I mean, it could be anything, really. I mean, it's kind of an abstract puzzle game, but this one works really well, and I like how Haba is doing their family games. I'm just baffled and impressed, but that doesn't surprise me because it is one of our favorite companies at this point. So that is what I think in a nutshell. Marissa?
And I'm going to stay in the exact same range and give it a 9 out of 10 because it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's incredibly easy to pick up as far as basically what to do in order to play. There is, like David said, very little downtime in between moves. And you are in it together, so to speak, in that one person draws that piece, the other person's picking up the same one, and it's interesting to see all the variations that can come out of, you're working in the same order of numbered pieces. However, you can come up with so many different routes, even though the board game is exactly the same.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. The one thing, as you were saying that, the number of players will not lengthen the game whatsoever.
Correct.
That's one of the cool things about this. Yeah. At the same time, it's all like just flipping it out, and then as long as you give everybody a decent amount of time, it's gonna go the same pace, which I think is another huge plus for this game. Anything else you want to add before we wrap this one up?
No, it was a solid game for us, and I'm sure our family will enjoy it. Time and
Oh
time
no,
again.
this is going to one of my favorites. I have a few up there, and we do plan on doing a top 10 or top 5 Haba list here soon.
Oh, yeah.
This one's probably gonna make it. So thank you so much for watching today's review, and thank you so much, Honey, for visiting us again. She is
My
a
pleasure.
staple now in the GameVine universe, and this guy is super happy. So until the next time that we see you, I've been Dave.
I'm Marissa.
Have a great time with the rest of your day and with all that you play. Kind of fumbled over that one, but it works. Bye, everybody.